We're back in full effect, and we have the lovely Queen. Introduce yourself, Queen.
Well, I go by the name Queen B.
Queen B.
Yes, from Baldwin Hills. Well, I grew up in Baldwin Hills and then moved to DC because I decided to go to Howard. Stayed there for a few years extra and then moved back to Inglewood. Met Energy, and here we are today. Building
So where does Queen B come from? Where does that name originate?
Well, I didn't give myself the name. I was actually given the name by Energy and then people in the community. I guess just because this has become like a hive.
Okay.
And so I have tried to bring a few things into fruition that we have needed in the community. And so thus the name Queen Bee, getting it cracking, getting it going,
right.
Having a hive in the community.
Okay, so you earned that nickname.
Right.
This is not a little kid who
Right.
just say, hey, I'm going to change it.
She didn't just call herself that at all.
There's a real aspect
Right.
to the Queen Bee.
Right.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
I'm the queen of my household because I have 7 children.
Oh, see?
And
See?
so,
Big
yes,
family.
I get that in order.
Mm-hmm.
So, giving me a lot of
She
strength.
got an army. I had to avoid that at one point.
I cut mine down, bro.
Shout out to my little man. I love you, bro. But no, that is deep. That is definitely deep. What do you do?
So my background is in biology. I've always been interested in science. So even as a kid, I used to be in the kitchen mixing stuff up. And so I just carried that on, my curiosity and everything. Got my biology degree, minored in chemistry, and then stayed out there extra. Didn't directly go into that field. I taught for a little while. I did a wealth of things. I worked in the entertainment industry. I worked for a beautiful person by the name of Holly Robinson Peete and her mom, Dolores Robinson.
Okay.
So I worked with them for a little while. Worked as a financial advisor. Worked as a science director. Then I had my own boutique next door. So I kind of dibbled and dabbled into whatever. And my mom, she would say, you haven't started your science. You didn't go to medical school yet. You didn't do that. Although I did intern as a dentist. But I just couldn't see myself just sitting in the office all day.
It's a box to you.
Right, it's a box. So I'm an outdoor person. So I decided to go a different route, spread my knowledge of science in different ways. And so from there, we got here because that's my passion. After having children, after burning out all the things that I wanted to do and everything, I settled down after having children, and then we're developing this for our kids, homeschooling. Well, not just for our children. Let me go back. We might have to edit some out because I'm all right. That's all right. So we had kids, and then we decided to homeschool them because like we really saw that there was a need for like some other focus in the educational system. So here we are today, and now we're branching out, with other children getting involved and other people getting involved, and just being able to provide quality experiences for our children in the community so that they don't have to, because I used to have to, even for after school or extra enrichment activities, I would have to travel to Santa Monica, way over across town, Pasadena, and so there's really a need. So we had to just buckle down and
it's getting, especially now, me being a new parent, my son is 7 years old. He's been in the world for
He's still
years,
little.
but he's still little.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to teach him, and I'm still learning myself. So I understand the frustration as being a parent alone, just because what you have to go through to try to teach your kids, and try to get them to understand what you understand. It is hell.
Yes.
Or what they're learning in school now.
Yes, that
Right.
too. That was
Yeah, this Corona thing is a trip.
Not even just Corona, just
Just
things that they're willing to teach you now in school, they're taking away from the parents teaching you for one.
yes.
I understand trying to make you comfortable with loving people no matter what they are or who they are, but certain things go too far.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why we did decide to homeschool, is because we saw those influences all around. And the school system has changed. There's a lot of stuff they're pushing on our children that we need to pay attention to. So and right now 2020 has been a crazy year. It's been a blessing in disguise, and it's kind of forced people to come together as a unit, pay attention to your family, because you have to be with them.
Yeah.
They can't go anywhere.
It's like a test.
It's
now.
a test.
And let's see where your loyalty really lies.
Yes.
Now, you know.
Yeah, and buckle down and get serious and focus on what's important. So
how do you do all of that and still be in your 20s?
all the things
She was thugging.
I don't know. I was just on it. I've always been focused. I don't know.
That's
You said
good.
football, so what high
That's
school?
good.
So I went to University High in West LA.
Okay.
And then, but I had a lot of friends at like Westchester and Palisades and Crenshaw.
I was
And
gonna say, what about the
everywhere.
Shaw?
yeah,
I went to Dorsey.
Dorsey, Inglewood even. So all over. We'd be going to the games and stuff and doing whatever, you know. So I kind of like, I know a lot of people out here too who are also now, what am I trying to say? Like on the path to bettering and building Black excellence. So it's important to develop those relationships along the way, and even now you have to develop relationships with people who are like-minded, people who are focused, because that's very crucial to our growth. And so even here, I've built with a lot of sisters who have children, and so we come here, we all offer something different, and we all are nurturing to the children, and it's just a very family type environment, and we're all focused, bringing out the creativity in our children.
It's like a village.
It's a village. That's what it is. It's a village. Yeah. And we went to also, the pandemic nobody talks about is these phones that our children are holding on to all day.
Tablets.
And tablets.
All that.
Oh my goodness.
They know as quick as they know how to get to your games and go through
Right.
your pictures and take pictures.
At the age of 2.
Screenshot.
But you can barely,
She's 4.
but you can barely read.
Right.
You don't know what you know, it's just like.
I learned that too.
Yeah.
I heard Cardi B in my house.
I'm saying,
And I had
and
to
know
turn around
every
and be like,
word.
and I turned around, what's 6 times 6?
Right.
Oh, but you don't know that.
Right.
Oh,
You don't know that at all, though, right?
No
Oh,
problem.
okay. All right.
Right.
All right. We go, you know.
Right.
They need to make a video
They
game
need
that allows you to
alternatives.
be educational and at the same time fight and beat up stuff. So that way they can be at a focus.
That's something. They need alternatives.
So, young queen, what advice can you give a lot of our younger, lost generation
Upcoming
right now?
queens that need better direction.
Better, way better.
Oh, better. Ooh. I'm still trying to figure it out myself here. It's always a process of learning, growing, and studying. You know, I did do a lot when I was in my 20s. I learned a lot. And so I would say just basically we're like the birthers of things. We can bring a lot into fruition, and we have a lot of power, and we have a lot of responsibility, and we have to sacrifice. Sometimes it's challenging, but we have to sacrifice. And I know even in these days with social media, like everybody is it. Like even my friends are like, girl, I don't need to talk to him. You know how many likes I got? Like,
Yeah, right.
Is this for real though? Like, where are they when you go out to the streets though?
Right.
Are you gonna find them? Right. So a lot of people have been disillusioned, and so we need to bring it back on down, get grounded, develop quality relationships, interact. build love within each other, not just digital love.
Yes.
Okay.
Digital
and
love is so fake.
it's, oh my
It is
goodness,
so fake.
it's
You don't have to
really
be
tearing
yourself.
us apart. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Be somebody totally the catfish.
Catfish.
You can even look different. I'm seeing all these
But
filters.
you
I'm
can
like,
still be the same person, but the character that you portrayed online is not the one that is in real life.
right,
At all.
right,
Yeah.
right. It's maybe who you aspire to be, and that's okay.
Right.
Right.
But who are
yeah.
you right now living in the present?
That part.
And so how can you even grow if you don't even realize?
And the fact
What
that
you
we're
mean?
kings and queens, not to stop you,
Mhm.
but the fact that we're kings and queens, and this aspect of the mind frame is gone. Like
Yes.
people,
Yeah.
especially our black men and women, we only see ourselves as what we see ourselves, and that's
Yeah.
what you could accomplish in life.
Yeah.
If you ain't accomplishing nothing, you obviously ain't worth nothing. That's how
Yeah.
people see each other now.
You're not flashing money or
If you're not
shining
flashing.
Yeah.
rolling on some spinning wheels
Right.
and
Right.
disrespecting, whether it be a
Can't
male
buy
or a
it.
female, they don't consider you black.
Yeah.
Like I can go to a neighborhood right now and talk to them, and I'll get that question all the time. Are you
Mhm.
raised in the hood?
That-
Wow.
Why?
oh,
Because I speak proper?
I mean,
because I
And
use the
see, that's
R.
another thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that deters people away. Like, oh, it's not cool to want to be a scientist or study or
right,
read
right.
or
Hey.
write a book.
Mhm.
And so here we are today. Where's all the black scientists?
Damn.
Who can tell us about coronavirus that's on our team?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
And not whitewashed.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
don't get me wrong, white folks. I like y'all too, but some of y'all,
Right. Yeah.
y'all gonna cause the apocalypse.
It's just-
But it is a truth,
It's,
though.
but it's just like
It's
us.
the
We
truth.
won't necessarily understand every struggle that they go through because of our color. Just like they'll necessarily not understand everything we go through. We can talk about police and harassment all day, and you got some people in another neighborhood like, I have no idea what you're talking about. They're my favorite people. They wave at me.
Right, yeah.
If I talk to
Like
Larry
that with us.
over here,
I don't know.
he know better. He know. Don't look at him.
Right, we have to tell our children. No, that's how we have to teach our children.
Exactly.
I tell my sons already,
Yeah.
for real. At the youngest son is 5. Sit back and be still and they know,
Be
and it's so
respectful.
sad.
Hands on the
But right.
steering, they
Yeah.
can see him.
Right? 'cause
Don't move.
Don't breathe too hard.
It's a, right,
Say,
right,
yes, sir.
right.
Right.
Nod your head.
Right.
It's a protocol, and it's so sad that it's really a modern day plantation.
Yep.
And we're all just zombies, like grateful for, let's vote. And when they were, I watched the debates,
Mhm.
and when they were talking, it wasn't even like inclusive
Yeah.
to black people. It's like a little section, okay. What do you feel about the Mexicans and the
Yeah,
blacks?
tiptoed around.
And that's it.
And then, okay, yeah, tiptoe around it. Well, there should be some equality.
What about Trump? It went
Right.
right back to the
Yeah, and then back to, all
Terrible.
right. But there's no real plans. Like, it's up to us. If we want change, if we want to see ourselves with something, we want to see a new reality,
Real.
it's really up to us. And yes, there is systematic racism. Yes, there is things that have been in place. But until we stand up and just stop accepting
unit.
everything, and and as one unit,
Yeah, we gotta come together.
and we focus. We have a focus. And it's not just sports and entertainment, which is all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's all good. But still, it's so much more going on in the world
It is.
that we aren't even
Tapped into.
If
we aren't even
anything-
tapped into.
If anything, sports and entertainment and drama that you see from celebrities and different, all it is distractions.
It's distraction.
It's doing this.
They trying to
Yeah.
highlight
That way
on
they
it
can't
so they
open
can
your
cover
eyes and you
stuff
get,
up.
oh,
Yeah.
Damn, what the hell?
Yeah, and that's why they
Yeah.
say, just focus on the sports. Athletes aren't politicians.
Right.
Well, we're living in this world. This is our America till we built this. Like,
You notice
so
how hard we fought to get basketball and football back going during Corona, but
Right.
we haven't heard of no centers building to help Corona out
yeah,
whatsoever.
yes.
No
Nothing.
extra centers.
Mhm.
Well, we got test centers,
Mhm.
Plenty of things.
but we don't have no centers to
Right.
try to create a solution for it.
Right.
Never.
Or
There's
even educate
At all.
about Corona. Okay, well look, this is a certain degree because most people, and I some of my people, you guys make me sad, but most of them get their information off of Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Or Facebook, Twitter.
You don't go no further to do any more research than what you saw.
You don't even talk to your elders anymore. Some people,
They don't
So
even
disconnected.
their elders is worth talking to.
Right.
Like
we killing ourselves.
These young folks disrespect elders so quick. It don't. I done seen.
Because they so used to seeing
But you know, it's the
crackheads
same
and
thing on our parts. We did the same thing. I mean, if you think about it, our generation is at fault. We were supposed to pick up the next generation. We seen them acting a certain way, and our generation was with the older generation. We said, you know what? They done lost their damn mind.
That's true.
We just
That's true.
We just gonna
leave them alone. It's not going to affect us.
Stay in your lane.
But people don't realize that it makes a difference. Like, had my mom not sacrificed Johnny Willis, shouts out to Charles and Johnny Willis. Had my parents not sacrificed, we wouldn't be here today. It's hard. Do you know how hard it is to get property, buildings, all of that, even if you're qualified?
I'm looking right now.
Okay, and then this goes back from way back in the day. There's just been a steady domino effect that we just so been disproportionately, so affected. But so it's so hard. But anyway, so my mom, she worked hard. She let me use her credit.
Right.
All of that. No, it really makes a difference. And then in turn, pass that down and make it get better and grow for your children. Pass it on along. You know, some people are selfish. They think, I had to work, let them work for it. Oh, it's a tough world. That's a lot of people's attitude. Like,
crabs in the bucket.
As hard as we did to make it somewhat easier for the next generation.
Or at least show them how.
Yeah.
That's just like Rosa Parks movement. She sat at the front of the bus to show these white folks she's not scared. A, two, she's standing up for what she believes in, because why should I have to go to the back for a seat?
Right.
But now you got all these younger generations, and I ain't gonna lie, I was at fault at one point myself.
Going to the back of the bus.
Yeah, to the back.
It's cool.
It was a cool place to be. It's the VIP section.
I can do what I want in the back.
It was my free choice to sit in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to ask this to everybody. So, being our first queen that we interviewed today, 5 artists that can change and put your mood into the proper spot.
Oh yes, I can answer that real quickly. Because as a queen, real quick, you have to get in that mindset, because the world can beat you down.
Sade.
The world can beat you down. So I like to listen to. Right now I was listening to Black is King, Beyonce.
Okay.
I love that soundtrack because I love the imagery and I love the lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm big on just not the beats but the lyrics too. Because there's a lot of catchy songs and I was singing them, and then my kids were like, "Mama, turn that one back on."
Right.
Macaroni and a pie. What? They're like, "Mom, why are they saying that?" I don't know.
Right. Like,
You have to figure that one out later. So
I'll tell you that when you get older.
Right. But okay, I'm sorry. But favorite artist right now, Black is King. I like this artist by the name of Maseko.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maseko, yeah.
I do like Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch.
Okay.
Shout out to Roddy Ricch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I would have never guessed that you would say that one.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch. Oh, really?
Not stop.
Well, I like Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
And so
shout out to Nipsey.
Yes,
man.
And so just the stuff they speak about, I just think it's like real stuff, and it just gets you motivated. Like it's a lot of it is inspiring. I've been listening to the whole thing. I mean, some of it is, I'm sure, just party, whatever. But for the most part, I like his music.
That's all right.
And pretty much, I do like T.I.
T.I.
Yeah. Shout out to T.I.
And then a lot of old school. I like Jill Scott, Erica.
Okay.
You know,
I don't know. I keep telling people, like, if you missing Jill Scott, Anita Baker,
oh my goodness,
Patti LaBelle,
those were the greatest.
Isley Brothers.
If you missing Not even
Oh.
just the Isley Brothers, but just that generation
Yeah.
of music. If you don't have that in your catalog, you're lost.
You're lost.
You don't know
Oh,
anything.
yeah. One I play is Cool in the Game, Summer Madness.
Oh, that's
Okay.
my
Yeah,
song.
that's the one I just chill out
Just the
with.
beat.
Just
It
the
just-
beat. Yeah, it's just the beat. It's just a beat. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one.
It puts you right
It just
there.
puts you just.
Ah.
So those are my ones that like.
Okay. Well, I got one. Who's your favorite artist right
Oh, well, I don't think I really have a favorite
No,
artist right
a
now.
favorite,
No,
now? Okay.
no.
Too many.
You know what? No. You said who's Saweetie?
They said so many.
I fucks
Oh,
with
so
her.
many. I was like, Saweetie?
Hey, I do. I fucks with her.
Edit that out.
That's alright.
Hey, I fucks with her. I ain't
No,
gonna
I
lie.
like her song. But she's not one of my favorite. I mean, I wouldn't choose her like, oh yeah, she's like,
Okay.
she's like party music. I like more, to me the lyrics are important.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very important. The imagery and the lyrics are crucial.
Okay.
So, my husband actually makes music, and he has some very powerful music that I listen to his music, and then a friend of mine, Venus, she makes some real. So I kind of listen to like independent stuff if I like it, just whatever I feel my, my soul. Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it.
okay, so
Have you-
let's do it here. Hold on, because we're running out of time. We still got to get to the other interviews.
Oh yeah, huh?
So where, Queen, can they find you at?
Well, right now, you can go on our website, thehouseofanew.org, info at the House of Anew. I am not really on social media
That's alright.
yet.
That's alright.
I'm focused.
not a bad thing.
That's like it's not a bad thing.
So-
Your energy is in the right place.
Yeah, so I mean, I have one, I just don't check it, so you won't find me there. Okay. And then here at the CBD Center, which is located in Inglewood. Yeah, so check, we
California.
have classes, yep,
California,
there it is.
Classes? What
Yeah,
kind
we
of
have classes, we have, right now, science and math for children, sewing for girls, and we have, like a self-love class where the girls make like hair care products, natural hair care products,
That's dope.
and stuff like
That's real
that.
fun.
Ladies, I hope you're listening.
And then we have, art,
Okay.
and then we're planning on adding some other things as well, because we want to build a strong foundation, let them create as well, know their foundation to their spiritual self, nature, and build from there, not so much just memorizing stuff.
So they're doing that same
So this
way it
is a-
says it takes a village
Yeah,
to raise a child.
yes sir, yes it
They're
does.
creating that in real life. So
Real
Yes.
life.
make sure
So,
And it's the truth.
it's the truth. So if you do show up, come correct.
Right.
Or you gonna get sent on. That's what she letting you know. Thank you, Queen B.
thank you.
Definitely thank you.
We know why she's Queen B.
Yes.
Oh, we gotta
I'm all hot.
it's
Sorry,
all
I'm
about-
sorry.
Thank you for coming. And once again, we are TTS.
Talk that
Thank
shit.
you. Talk that shit. All right. Hey, did I talk some shit? Not really.
Yes,